I'm definitely going to see the archives. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff. Alright, let's see what the archives has to offer. Oh! Uh, huh. Exit. Bendy, oh, here's something. The archives. Welcome to the archives. Bendy and the Dark Revival is filled with numerous characters that each had a critical role to play in the progression of the game. Here is the archives. You will learn a bit more about them in a close-up and personal way. Feel free to explore. Here's Bendy. Oh, here's Bendy. Bendy is iconic. Is the iconic imp. That's kind of rude, don't you think? Was redesigned for Dark Revival to stand out a bit more from his traditional cartoon appearance by giving him a suit of clothes. He poses some minor challenges, specifically creating a face that supported the classic Bendy. He smile, but still managed to be the heartwarming in the right conditions. Aww. He is a fan favorite, obviously, so his design had to be just right. During production, we originally advised Bendy to talk with a series of cute squeaks to contrast the dark, low voice of the Ink Demon, but this turned out to be very distracting, and the idea was scrapped pretty early on. Aw, I wanted him to squeak. That would have been adorable. Where to go? For here. Audrey and Wilson. Gonna go with them. Audrey, cartoon. Audrey is a kind-hearted rouge with courage, determination, some flaws, and a deep dark past to make our story work. We needed a newcomer to the cartoons in studio world, and Audrey was the perfect fresh eyes to help. It's the perfect fresh eyes to help us experience the adventure. From day one of production, we knew that if people didn't connect with Audrey by the end of the game, this game itself wouldn't have been successful. Fortunately, she turned out to be quite memorable indeed, and stands out from the other members of her cast. Yeah, I kind of relate to her. She didn't deserve any of the things that happened to her. Just Wilson cartoon. Wilson was a difficult character to balance at first. The players are purposely led to believe he is a one-note character, obviously evil, yeah, with an over-the-top villain personality. Yeah, he really did seem like a villain at first. But as the story progressed, we see other sides of the character, and the player becomes muddled with who this man really is. In one draft, Wilson was written as a servant of Nathan Ark Jr. as separated character of the time at the time, but the story made far more sense when the two characters both became one and eliminated a lot of needless narrative complexity. Okay, so here's the ink machine. Oh. The Ink Machine, designed by Thomas Connor, of course, at the Gent Corporation, stolen by Joey Drew, really? Retrieved by Arc Gates, yeah, and once again reclaimed by Gent. The Ink Machine's next adventure is a mystery. Oh. Damn. Oh. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Ah, it is Beast Bendy, I knew it. The Ink Demon. He's so much more creepy yet than before. As the world of Dark Revival became more complex and astonishable, we realized the Ink Demon's design needed needed a complete rethink to match our new tone. Previous versions of his appearance looked absolutely silly when placed into the world alongside the other characters. There's no amount of creepy music or screen effects could control how out of place he looked. The Ink Demon needed to look different than everything else in the world and show a natural progression of the Ink Demons of evolution as Wilson held the cycle in place. He is definitely more different. He wasn't originally going to look like this. He was originally going to look like how he did in the first game, but with those teeth. And then Beast Bendy, hello? Beast Bendy, returning for the climax of Dark Revival. Beast Bendy also was revisited with a mid-set of making him far more powerful and beast-like. Traditionally, in most horror games, they tend to build it to a point where the main villain becomes a final form monster as a final boss. I guess, yeah. It's practically a trope. Our idea, what if you got to play as the final form instead? Yeah. I think they may have shrunk him down a bit so he could actually fit in here, because I'm pretty sure he's bigger. What else is here? Oh, what's here? Cycle breakers. Tom is Allison's silent protector. Yeah, he doesn't talk. And the only Boris clone involved in the main story. Where is Boris the Wolf? Rumor has it that during the events of the game, Boris is experienced a dark survival story of his own. Oh, like in Boris in the Dark Survival, which was a prequel to Bendy and the Ink Machine. Yeah, because Boris wasn't in this one, but Tom was. Allison, returning for another victory over the Ink Demon. Allison is always the voice of reasoning. I thought so. A beacon of hope, Allison his design was carefully upgraded from the previous Bendy and Ink Machine game to maintain her personality, but with more credential, I think. The purpose of meeting Allison so early in the campaign was to introduce the player to a familiar face. After the main introduction at the start, Allison was able to serve as the motivating force for Audrey until the true plot kicked in later. I like that. Henry Stein. Yeah, we finally get to know what he looks like, because he didn't have a design in Ink Machine. Because in the archives for the first game, there was like a little pedestal, but it was nothing there because we were the pedestal. So we finally get to know what he looks like. Henry Stein, the original cycle breaker. Yeah. Henry Stein is the ghost of a man who lost his purpose years ago. Once fueled with finding a way to escape the tortures of the Ink Demon. Yeah. And finding his way home to his wife.
Well, you gotta get ready for bed.
Okay, I'm reading something. Dad, I'm reading. And finding his way home to his wife. Yeah, Linda. Henry is now left with the cold reality of being a recreation of the person he thought he was, saved as a special surprise for the fans of Bendy in the Ink Machine game. Yeah, I was really shocked to see him in the game. Henry was strictly omitted from all public discussion of the character during the entire production, which spanned several years. But Henry returned with a very satisfying face reveal. Yeah, we finally get to see what he looks like. Oh. I can't run here. Who am I playing as? Oh, I'm not playing as anyone. Joey Drew memory. Yeah, because it's not the actual thing. The man, the legend, the memory. Creating this version of Joey Drew was both was an exciting and daunting progress, as it was clear from the start that this Joey would have be different and from the one in the original Bendy and the Machine game. Yeah, because that one was in color. This was a man. This was a man with a guilt from the past life, but without the experience of fully understanding it, the real Joey Drew made many mistakes. And this one's just a memory of him. But ultimately learned that from them. Yeah, he did. He definitely doesn't seem as evil in this game as he seemed in the last one. He kind of seems slightly evil in the last one. This doesn't absolve him from and his sins, yeah, because he turned people into monsters. But at the end of his life, he was able to help correct some of them and help fight the darkness he created. Yeah, here. Betty, a faithful maid among the other things to Wilson. Betty is an important character of the story of Dark Revival as a failed experiment. I thought so. And someone relatively new to the cartoon studio. She was able to give a somewhat different point of view on the state of the world. We have purposely left it unclear if Betty was in on Wilson's plot to harvest Audrey, or if she was just a bystander behind her mask. There are still answers to be found. So it's down here. It's all in color here. All these posters. Got the first 4 episode Bendy cartoons: Bendy and Little Devil Darling, The Dancing Demon, Bendy and the Dancing Demon, Bendy and Sheep Songs of Boris the Wolf, and Bendy in Sent from Above with Alice Angel. C. Audrey, the unknowing daughter of an animation pioneer. Audrey has blocked out the memory of her past ever after losing her father, but his role in her life was not over. A talented animator and artist, as her skills landed her job at Archgate. Was it fate that led her to reunite with Joey Drew's machine, the machine of her birth, or was it planned? Wilson, haunted by the impossible shadow of Nathan Arch, Wilson sought to achieve something that would make his father proud, but luck he stumbled upon the ink machine and was able to become the cartoon world's new master, holding the cycle in place. Yeah, he continued his experiments that could not fully be realized until the ink demon was purged. Yeah. However, naturally, the entering into and from the ink realm has taken a toll on Wilson's physical being, slowly robbing him of his health. Yeah, that's here. Nathan Arch Sr. Nathan Arch was everything Joey Drew wasn't. He worked hard, wow, built up from nothing, wow, and never compromised his integrity, wow. Joey had big dreams, wow. But Nathan accomplished his own dreams, wow. He and his wife Tessa raised a son with as much love and care as they could, despite Nathan's career pressure. Sadly, his son did not share Nathan's natural talent for business and enterprise. Yeah, it turns out his son was Wilson. Wait, what's this? Oh, Bendy cut out. Wait, Bendy cut out. Who put this here? Oh my god. Wait, did that say anything about the characters? Because it's... Oh, the Devil Lounge, it says right here. Little Devil Lounge. Cute. Welcome. Anything up here? Ah. The Butcher Gang. Barley, Charlie, and Edgar were the three original members of the Butcher Gang, and were formed from the ink machine and destructed by Alice Angel for body parts and bond together to stay alive with the sneak attacks that's on their prey in Dark Revival. We meet an artificial fourth member of the gang, Carly, the ghost girl. Oh yeah, I saw the cardboard cutout of her. Although when you begin to examine her closely, Carly appears to only be a shell when perhaps included. Okay, wait. So we have Piper. I saw him at the beginning. And he looks different, and he no longer has a plunger foot. And then here's Fisher. I saw him at the end. He definitely looks different. Oh look, you got a more mechanized like neck. Good job for you. You got a weird smile. And then here's Stryker. I saw him in the middle. Huh. You are definitely a lot more spider-like this time on. We got the cardboard cutouts of them. Here's Charlie, the cartoon Piper. Here's Barley, the cartoon Fisher, and then Edgar, the cartoon Stryker. I didn't see her at all. I saw her cardboard cutout, but I never saw the little monster bear, the twisted version. God, this one's terrifying. This one's actually scary. Alright, so I know Carly would be her cartoon name. What's her twisted? It's Slicer. The name of the fourth member is twisted form is named Slicer. I never saw her in the game. I mean, I saw her cardboard cutout, but I never saw the twisted version. Huh. Creepy. That's the creepiest one out of all of them. Oh. The Keepers. Wilson's deadly guards of the scientists. They aren't perfect, but the Keepers will get the job done. No matter the cost. They are responsible for pressuring the ink demon inside a smaller form. Keeping his power sealed away until Audrey came along and unknowingly he changed the situation. Yeah, the Keepers were visually designed to reflect the dangers and evils of the ink machine itself. Faceless, its beings made of gears and wires with no sense of mortality or order around like cattle and creation living without purpose. Yeah, these things kind of felt like the replacement for the projectionist. Jesus, what is it? God, that's terrifying. They were kind of like a replacement for the projectionist because I don't think he was in this game. Here. Ah, the Lawrence boy. Sammy Lawrence. There he is. He's barely in this game. He actually got 5 fingers this time. Congratulations. Last time you only had 4. He's pretty much the same, isn't he? Yeah, he looks the same that he did in the last game, just shinier. And the famous music composer of the studio, Sammy Lawrence, originally had a slightly larger role in the story of Dark Revival. Aw, man! But in a story already filled with so many characters, got that right, making them all play a meaningful part became a challenge. He was ultimately sidelined in favor for telling a more current storyline. And although it is interesting to note that Sammy Lawrence appears to have to have mastered the flow ability in Bendy and the Ink Machine. Yeah, long before Porter and Audrey could wield it. Oh. Yeah, we saw him in a containment without his mask on playing a banjo. And then we saw him at the end, and he kind of just died, sacrificed himself to his lord. Oh, hello. What's down here? Oh. Alice Angel, the self-appointed queen of the studio. Alice Angel is one of the most memorable faces in the Bendy world. Forever lost in a tide of insanity, she is an absolute delight to wire for as a character and an angel with many layers. This will only tell if the inky temptress will ever reappear. Lord Amark? What is that? Ruler of a sewer cult, Lord Amark illustrates how the world of the ink has continued to develop into different in societies deep within the darkest places. Though he was weak in a fight, his name will simply never die. Yeah, I guess so. Ugh, oh God, I hate this thing. King Widow? Not gonna lie, I thought I was a girl. Mainly because of the eggs. I always do that. Like how I assumed Kumangu from Godzilla was a female. Usually happens with spiders. I think this is a spider. King Widow. Oh, there's like a black widow. Literally. Because it's an inky black thing. Ink widows have begun to infest where the light grows darkest. Their king, the biggest and most feared, will only emerge from his nest when its young are threatened. Yeah. You're creepy. I'll come to you last. Lurker. This is like an ink brute. The Lurker, or Steve, as he become to be known for. Yeah, he was friendly, and then he was there at the final. Was originally created as a brute type enemy. That would free roam the way lost ones do, yeah, but ultimately felt unnecessary as the random ink demon encounters already filled the role of putting the player on edge while exploring the previous traverse locations. In the end, the Lurker found a much better calling as its unlikely ally infected, expanding him into more than just a typical enemy. Yeah. Ugh, you're weird. What does that say? Oh, here's the cartoon version of him. And then there's the monster. What does this say? Ship ahoy doodly? Ship ahoy doodly? Is Wilson in there? Oh. Ship ahoy doodly. The demented infestation of Wilson created to serve the dual purpose of dethroning the Ink Demon in the cartoon world, and also upstaging Joey Drew in the eyes of Wilson's father, Nathan Arch. Yeah. Neither of these happened. Ship ahoy doodly is a mysterious sailor with his own grin. Yeah, that's weird. And similar to that of Bendy. Ah, yeah, because this guy was supposed to be like a replacement of him. He probably would have been if Wilson succeeded. Good thing the Ink Demon's strong. This guy bit off Audrey's feet. Along with his sidekick, Crackle the Crab. Oh, that's how he got the legs. it is unknown just what kind of cartoon adventures they would have had together. That's how he got the weird legs, the crab legs, and that's how he got this giant thumb. I thought it looked like a crab. Weird. Is that it? I hate these things. Is that it? Is that all for them? I feel like there's more. I could be wrong. No, over here. Oh, there's more. Porter, as the cycle was held in place, and with the influence of the ink demon held at bay, the cartoon world was able to grow and advance, creating such characters as Porter, a lost one who comes to claim his new identity as an explorer. Porter was written with the knowledge that Dark Revival would feature a far more serious tone than the first game of Bendy and Ink Machine. Yeah, it kind of did. It was more terrifying too. And his light-hearted innocence would help the player feel some warmth in this inky world of sorrow. Yeah, he was at the end too. Heidi. She's got a nice bow tie, and she's actually friendly. Heidi. It is believed that Heidi has spent some time in the pit as a prison set up by Wilson and the keepers. Yeah. It is unclear why, but mostly likely she was able to accept as places she wouldn't have gone. She wouldn't have. The experience of the pit changes her as it does many reverberating thing, retreating her into a childlike state, longing for happiness again. Is that it for all the characters? I think that's it. Yep. Disappointing, there's also no Boris. And Boris wasn't in this game. He's pointing that way, he wants me to go. Well, I think that's it for the archives, so it's time to go. Man, I love that game. It was such a great game. Honestly, it wasn't as good as Bendy and the Ink Machine, but it still was very fun to play. I mean, it definitely got more fun to play when, like, Chapter 4 rolled by. But that was such a great game. I love that. I'll see you. That was great. That was so great.